Hello and welcome to the channel, and I am here for an album review for you guys. Now for this review, I'm going to be reviewing an album by the band Genesis. Now, outside of my CD pickup videos that I've done for Genesis, I haven't really talked about these guys much, so I thought about doing a review for one of their albums because, well, again, outside of my CD pickup videos, I don't really talk about Genesis a whole lot, so I figured why not give you guys my thoughts on this album. So for this review, we're going to be talking about Invisible Touch by Genesis. And the reason I want to review this album in particular is because this is the Genesis album that I am the most familiar with. Now, that's not to say that it's my favorite Genesis album, but it's just the one that I'm most familiar with. Now, when it comes to this album, I mean, there's really no bad song on this album. There really isn't. This is a fantastic album, just right off the bat. It really is. This is, of course, in their 80s era, and I mean, it's just, everything about this album is fantastic. I mean, it starts off with Invisible Touch, which is just a really great album opener. I mean, it's very 80s sounding, which is, you know, something that you get throughout the album, but that song in particular is very 80s sounding, and I just really like the flow and structure of that song. Then you got Tonight, 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 and this is one of the more popular songs on the album, and I can see why. It's a great song. It's very catchy. I mean, it's one of those songs that will definitely get stuck in your head once you listen to it. So Tonight, Tonight, Tonight is probably one of my favorites on the album. Then we got Land of Confusion, which is another fan favorite from this album, and yeah, it's definitely a classic. It's a great song. I like pretty much everything about it, the flow and how everyone sounds in this song. I mean, it's a really well-made song. And then we got Into Deep, which is more ballad-like, I want to say. It is more ballad-like, and I like this song. It's actually really good. I like how emotion-driven this song is. I mean, the lyrics are pretty memorable, and it's pretty catchy for the most part, I think. I really like this one. And then we got Anything She Does, which is probably my least favorite on the album, but it's not bad though. And then we got Domino, of course, one of the epics. I just really love the flow and structure of this song. I think it's just, everything about this song is fantastic. Maybe another one of my favorites on the album. I don't know, but yeah, Domino is another really solid track. Then we got Throw It All Away, which is another emotion-driven track. And yeah, I think it's a great song as well. And then the album closes with The Brazilian, which is kind of like an instrumental interlude track that just wraps up the album. And I mean, I don't really think to listen to this one a lot. I mean, it's not bad, but I just don't really want to return to it a whole lot. But it's not bad though. So yeah, this album overall is fantastic. I pretty much got no complaints with this album. So as a score, I'll probably have to give it a 9 out of 10. Now, I would have given this album a 10, but obviously there's going to be a couple songs that don't have the best replay value, specifically Anything She Does and The Brazilian, but even those tracks are not bad, but they just, you know, don't have the strongest replay value. But the rest of this album, I mean, it's fantastic. I mean, it's one of those albums that you may want to return to often. I know I've been listening to some songs from this album recently, so yeah, definitely a great album. So that is my review for Invisible Touch by Genesis. Let me know what you think of this album. Have you heard this album? What do you think of the band Genesis? Feel free to let me know. So with that being said, thanks for watching. Have a nice day and take care.